The world didn't see it coming, or maybe, deep down, everyone did. Because when it comes to Jungkook of BTS, the line between impossible and inevitable has always been dangerously thin. And now, that line has officially been shattered in a shocking turn that has sent waves across the global entertainment industry. Major American media outlets have reportedly bestowed Jungkook with not one, but two unprecedented titles. Titles that no other artist in history has ever simultaneously held. Titles so rare, so powerful, and so symbolic that fans are already whispering one thing in unison. This is not just recognition. This is a signal that something massive is coming. A signal that the world may be on the brink of witnessing the biggest global music movement of this decade. A signal that a world tour, perhaps the most explosive one ever, is no longer a question of if, but when. But what exactly are these titles? And why are they shaking the industry to its core? The reports began circulating quietly at first. Small mentions in digital publications, subtle nods from industry insiders, coded excitement from journalists who seemed to know more than they were allowed to say. Then suddenly, like wildfire, the headlines erupted. American media, known for its fierce competition and reluctance to crown international artists, had done something unprecedented. They gave Jungkook two titles that had never been paired before, the global performance phenomenon of the decade. And even more shocking, the most universally marketable artist alive. Let that sink in. Not one of the most. Not among the top, but the most in an industry dominated by Western powerhouses, legacy acts, and billion-dollar marketing machines. This was more than praise. It was a declaration of dominance. A recognition that transcended borders, languages, and traditional industry hierarchies. And fans, army across the world, felt it instantly. Because this wasn't just about prestige. This was about momentum. Within hours, social media platforms exploded. Hashtags trended globally. Clips of Jungkook's past performances resurfaced. His electrifying stage presence, his flawless vocals, his ability to command audiences of tens of thousands as if they were in an intimate room with him. People weren't just reacting. They were connecting the dots. Why now? Why these titles? What's coming next? And then, the theories began. Because timing, as always, is everything. The music industry does not move randomly. Recognition at this scale, especially from American media, is rarely accidental. It is often the calm before the storm, the build-up before an announcement, the spark before an explosion. And when you look at the bigger picture, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Over the past months, subtle shifts have been happening. Increased mentions of Jungkook in Western publications. Rising anticipation around his next move. Industry insiders hinting at something global. Cryptic posts. Unusual scheduling patterns. A noticeable silence from official channels that somehow feels louder than any announcement. Silence, but charged with energy. The kind of silence that comes right before everything changes. Fans have started to believe that these titles are not just recognition of past achievements. They are positioning. Branding. A narrative being carefully constructed ahead of something massive. Something like a world tour. But not just any world tour. A tour that could redefine what a global concert experience looks like. A tour that could break records before tickets even go on sale. A tour that could bring together millions. Not just in stadiums, but across continents, cultures, and generations. And if there's one artist capable of carrying that weight, it's Jungkook. Because what makes this moment so powerful is not just the titles themselves, but what they represent. Global performance phenomenon of the decade speaks to his undeniable stage dominance. Anyone who has seen Jungkook perform knows this truth instinctively. There's a magnetism, an intensity, a precision that turns every stage into his territory. He doesn't just perform songs. He transforms them into experiences. And the most universally marketable artist alive. That's something else entirely. That's not just about talent. That's about influence, cultural impact, global reach, the ability to resonate with people regardless of language, background, or geography. It means brands want him. Media follows him. Audiences trust him. And when an artist holds both titles at the same time, it creates a perfect storm. A storm that the industry cannot ignore. A storm that demands a stage big enough to contain it. Which brings us back to the question everyone is asking. Is a world tour coming? Fans have started analyzing everything. Old interviews are being rewatched. Lyrics are being reinterpreted. Every public appearance is dissected frame by frame. Some point to the way Jungkook has been refining his performance style. More polished, more expansive, more global. Others highlight the increasing scale of his recent stages, the way his production value seems to be evolving towards something much bigger. And then there are those who focus on the industry side, the logistics, the patterns, the business moves that often precede a major tour announcement, venues being quietly reserved, partnerships being discussed behind closed doors, schedules being cleared. That it's all speculation. But it doesn't feel random. It feels like preparation. Because if a world tour is indeed on the horizon, it won't just be about concerts. It will be about making history. Imagine this for a moment. Lights dimming in a sold-out stadium. Tens of thousands of fans holding their breath. The opening note echoing through the night. And then, Jungkook steps onto the stage, not just as a performer, but as the artist who holds two of the most powerful titles in modern music. The energy would be indescribable, the expectations enormous. And yet, if there's one thing Jungkook has proven time and time again, it's that he doesn't just meet expectations, that he surpasses them. That's why these titles matter. Not because they define him, but because they confirm what fans have known all along. That Jungkook is not just part of the global music scene, that he is shaping it. And now, with the eyes of the world watching more closely than ever, the stage is set for something unforgettable, something historic, something that could change everything. The question remains, are we about to witness the biggest world tour of this generation? Or has it already begun, without us even realizing it? Because sometimes history doesn't announce itself with a clear message. Sometimes it whispers, through titles, through recognition, through moments that seem small, until they suddenly become everything. And right now, all signs are pointing in one direction, toward a stage, toward a journey, toward a world tour that could redefine what it means to be a global superstar. And at the center of it all, Jungkook, the artist with two titles no one else has ever held, the artist the world can no longer ignore, the artist who might just be getting started. So stay alert, stay watching, because if this is only the beginning, then what comes next might be bigger than anything we've ever seen. Jungkook just shocked the entire world. American media has reportedly awarded Jungkook two historic titles that no artist has ever received at the same time. This unexpected recognition is now sparking massive speculation among ARMY worldwide. Is this just an award or a hidden signal? Fans are now connecting the dots, and everything seems to point towards something huge. Possibly the long-awaited BTS World Tour 2026. Why now? Why Jungkook? And why two titles at once? In this video, we break down the meaning behind these shocking titles, why American media is suddenly focusing on Jungkook, hidden clues that suggest a global tour is coming, ARMY reactions that are going via this could be the beginning of the biggest world tour in K-pop history. Eyes watch till the end and decide for yourself. Is BTS really coming back to the global stage? Speech balloon comment. Do you think Jungkook's titles are a hint for BTS World Tour? Thumbs up like if you're excited for BTS comeback. Bell subscribe to Bangtan World for daily BTS updates.